Welcome to Randy Rides. Today we're going to unbox the Magicycle Cruiser and talk about some of its features. This 26 by 4 inch fat tire e-bike that includes a 750 watt motor, a 52 volt 15 amp hour battery, and a whopping 86 newton meters of torque. So it's not only fast with its top speed of 28 miles per hour, but it can also climb hills without any problem. In this video, we'll go over all of its features and components, so stay tuned. If you're new here, hello, I'm Randy, and on this channel, we talk about personal electric vehicles like e-bikes, e-scooters, and electric unicycles. Sometimes I ride e-bikes, but I just bought a Brompton, so let's just say there's a lot of unique things over here on this channel. This is a Magicycle Cruiser. This is my very first day with the bike. I just unboxed it, as you guys saw. This is a 26 by 4 inch fat tire e-bike with a 52 volt battery. It is out of the box pretty powerful. Now I haven't enabled any of the speed limiter settings and made it faster or anything like that yet. That'll be the next video. But I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the bike and let you know what all it has on here. Now if you look at the bike, it does look like it's black, but it's actually a blue color. It's called Midnight Blue, and it's a really cool dark blue color. Here's the light blue of the Magicycle and the black, and then there's the blue, the Midnight Blue. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but in person you can kind of tell. If you're just glancing at it, you probably would think it's black, but super nice looking. I really like it. Like I said, it has 26 by 4 inch fat tires. They're Kenda. They're really nice. It does have mechanical disc brakes, no hydraulic brakes. Now this is a 52 volt 15 amp hour battery. It does have a fast charger. The 750 watt motor in the back. It's a rear hub motor. I just climbed a couple of hills when I was riding here, and it did really well. And it says a max range of 55 miles. We all know those numbers are skewed. Recommended height is 5'5" by 6'5". The controller is underneath the bike. You can see it right here. This box right here, that's the controller. I don't know how safe that is, considering, you know, the front tire is basically going to throw stuff up on it. I'm sure it's got waterproof material. It looks like it does. You can kind of see it, but I would be cautious of wiping that off if you ride in the rain, making sure that you don't leave water on that. Now all the logos here are stickers, so if you wanted to, you could remove them, even the ones on the forks here. A lot of companies will put stickers on and then they'll put a clear coat over it so you can't remove them. This bike you can. Just wanted to mention that. I think it's really cool. I like the colors. I think that it's going to look really slick once I put some work into it. So don't worry, I'm going to be modifying this like I do everything. So it does have adjustable front suspension with a lockout. So here's your lockout right here. So you can adjust the suspension right here with this knob on the other side. Has a headlight, pretty neat looking headlight actually. And it has a tail light with the integrated brake light back here. You're not going to be able to see it in the daylight, but there it is. It does have plastic fenders, that's included. Also has a rear rack that's included. It comes with these bungee straps already attached. It says max weight of 25 kilograms, so you guys can do the math unless it's on their website. Up here in the cockpit, you got your faux leather grips with a palm rest. Super comfortable. The brake lever has rubber on the ends here, which is really comfortable for when you're squeezing it. This is your control panel to turn the bike on. It's got a power button right up here, and then your other information here. I'll go ahead and turn it on for you so you can see it again. It is kind of difficult to see in the daylight with the camera, but just looking at it, it's really easy to see in person. Now plus will take you through the PAS levels, minus will take you down, of course. Info will put you through the information at the bottom left, and then it does have walk mode, so if you push and hold the minus, it'll go on the walk mode. If you push and hold the plus, it dims the screen and it turns the lights on. There's the front and the back. Again, it has an integrated brake light, so when you hit the lever, it'll activate the brake light. We'll go ahead and turn those off so we can see the screen. Has an integrated bell, so you can ring that and not have to worry about attaching one. So it has mechanical disc brakes. They're Tetro 180mm rotors on the front and back. It has a place here in the front where you can mount a front rack, which is really nice. Over on your right hand side, you have a throttle, which works in all PAS levels, because we are in 0 right now and it still works, as you can tell. You may be able to change this so that it doesn't work in the settings. We'll have to go through that and figure it out. But we have a half twist throttle right here, kind of like a motorcycle or a moped. You just twist it to go. And here's your Shimano shifter, which is pretty standard for e-bikes. It is an Altus derailleur. I'll look at that in just a second, but 7 speeds on the shifter, pretty standard. For some reason it has reflectors on the back here and on the front up here. Now, we talked about the seat when we were on it, but this is probably the most comfortable seat that ever came on an e-bike that I've gotten. I am not changing this out. This might be more comfortable than some of the other seats I have, but I'll let you know that as I continue to ride this bike. It does have the Magicycle branding on the back, which is nice. And then here's your Altus derailleur. And you got your chain guard on your crank, which is really nice. It's doubled, so you don't have to worry about your pants getting caught in there if you're riding in the winter time. And then it's got a little protector here to protect the paint if the chain ever hits this. Very nice. Again, it's got the integrated bungee strap, and you just pull it off like this, and you can strap stuff down, and then it just clicks right in. If you look at the back of it here, this is kind of difficult to do one-handed. All right, come on. All right, there's the, you can see it's kind of like a T-shape, and then that little peg goes in that bottom and then it slides up. That's how it works. So that's really cool that they give you that, so you can strap something down if you don't have a bag or anything with you. You always have the capability of strapping it down. The gearing back here is 14 to 28 tooth. It does have a nice adjustable kickstand on the back, so you can see that it's further back. When you do that, you don't hit the chain, you don't hit the kickstand at all. It did not have any covers for these back bolts, which usually they do. It does not have a derailleur guard, so that's a couple things that I think that they should include. It does look like it has a torque arm on the back, which is great on both sides. So let's take the battery off. I'll try to do this one-handed, but you just unlock it like that and it slides right out. So then you can take it inside. Might be easier to do it on the other side, but that's pretty nice. It's really simple. Just turn it, pops it out of place. You twist it like that, and then down here is where your connections are, and it just has a little spot here underneath the battery that this goes into, and then you slide it back in, and that's that. So really easy to take that on and off. It does have a gauge on the battery itself that tells you, how charged it is, without looking at the display. So if you had the battery off the bike and you're charging it, or you have it sitting somewhere and you just need to know how much battery you have left, that's that. So this is the Magicycle Cruiser, a 52 volt 750 watt fat tire 26x4 fat tire e-bike. This bike came with so many extra things that I probably have already shown you in the video, but I just did a top-down shot. But it came with this little bag with a phone holder. It came with an alarm. It came with a lock. It came with a hat, which I was wearing during the unboxing. I don't know if you'll see that or not. It was pretty much completely put together, other than you had to do the handlebars and the front tire and the front fender, which all pretty standard. To put the handlebars on, you just undo these 4 bolts here, pull that off, put the handlebars on, and then bolt it back up and adjust it to where you want it. And then to put the wheel on, it has a quick release. So it comes with the quick release installed. You just undo it, pull it off. It has 2 springs on, so when you take this off, be sure you're cautious of that. And then you'll slide the wheel on and slide the skewer through the hole here and through the hub, and then tighten it up, and that's basically it. Once you get the tire on, you can do the fender and the headlight. You just take this bolt off. That bolt's installed from the factory, and you basically just take your fender, slide it up through the forks here. This metal bracket here goes up towards the end of the fork, top end of the fork, and then that screw goes through the headlight right here and bolts on in the back. So pretty simple install. And then you got your little fender holder down here, fender brace, and it just bolts right to the forks on both sides. So that and the pedals, and that's pretty much all you got to do to get ready to go. It only had 50% charge on the battery, so we'll have to go home and charge it up. That should be the first thing you should do. I like to take my bikes out and test them for you guys right away, just so we can talk about it. So the battery's almost halfway empty, so we're not going to get full power out of this right now. But right off the bat, man, you can definitely feel the power. And the gearing seems real nice, super comfortable. It was packaged extremely well. And I don't have a mirror on, so here we are. And I gotta drive a little slow down these sidewalks because this is a big ass bike. Let's drop it down to PAS1. Try to stay out of the mud if that's possible. But this is my very first time on the Magicycle. I believe the front brake rotors are slightly bent. Slightly. Now this might have a speed limiter on it. I'll have to go through the settings and change that. I have not done any of that yet. What we'll probably do is in the next video, we'll take this out with all the settings tuned the way I want. I'll show you how to do that. And then we'll see what the top speed is, and we'll do a range test and all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned for the next video. But yeah, this is my first 26x4 inch fat tire bike. I got a bunch of 20x4 inch fat tire bikes, but this is my first really big honking meaty fat tire bike. You can hear that clicking. I believe that's the rotor. Maybe we can get that to stop after we break in the brakes a little bit. I don't know if you can see this brake, but It starts here on this end and it ends up on that end. Well, that's a bent rotor, and you should be able to spin this and it should go pretty freely, but watch, I don't know if this will come out on video, but it's completely wobbling. Now this has mechanical brakes, not hydraulic, but they still seem pretty well. Bumps are pretty much non-existent. I inflated the tires to 25 psi. I always do about 5 underneath what the recommended is, so the max psi is 30, so I did 25 on mine. It's got nice faux leather ergonomic grips, which are really nice, comfortable. They seem well made. The seat on this bike is extremely comfortable, which you don't find in too many e-bikes. Now, I haven't went really long distance on it, but I can tell you right now, right off the bat, it's super comfortable. It's got front suspension, a color display that tells you all kinds of stuff, which I need to work on and figure out. I know you can change it to show you the voltage. So this bike tells you how much voltage is left on the screen. You just have to change a setting. I'll show you how to do that in the next video. But this little meter right here will tell you the amount of voltage you have left in your battery, which is very nice. I wish every e-bike had that. Not everyone does. But just a few of mine have a voltage gauge. I wish they all did. This one has it so you can enable it or disable it. You can have it either watts or voltage. So you always know how much battery you have left without just looking at a meter. So the only fault that I have right off the bat, I don't know if you guys can see this, but that brake rotor up there is bent all to hell. So we're gonna have to try to straighten that out. Otherwise, I'm sure Magicycle will send me one. But still brakes okay. It's just wobbling like crazy. Might be pretty hard to see that right now. Alright, let's do a little throttle only for a little bit, see how that goes. Oh, these stoplights are still out. The brake in the back needs a little bit of adjustment. Right off the bat, it doesn't have as much stopping power as the Yeah, so if there's anything you guys want to see about the Magicycle that I haven't talked about yet, leave a comment down below, because I'm going to be doing some more videos probably this week about this bike. Yeah, so the only flaw that I have is that bent front brake rotor. That's the only thing that was wrong with the bike. Yeah, this is the first time I've rode a 26 by 4 inch fat tire bike, and compared to everything else, it's the most comfortable. I have some 26 inch bikes that have small tires. I have some 20 inch by 4 fat tire e-bikes that are, you know, they're equally as comfortable, but You can't beat this. Now there is one drawback to this bike is it doesn't fit on my bike rack. It's too heavy. I don't even think I'm gonna attempt to do that. But the temperature's dropped. It's only 60 degrees. I'm out here in shorts and a t-shirt and it's fairly cold. So I'm gonna go back home. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with another Magicycle video soon. If you'd like to see more of that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm excited to show you more about this. So stay tuned. If you're interested in purchasing a Magicycle Cruiser, you can save $100 off your order by using the code RANDY100. That's RANDY100. All information is located down below in the description.